Now, we play a lot of Queen on this show when we're in our normal Saturday night slot for the rock show. And so can you imagine how exciting it was to have guitar legend Brian May from Queen in the studio? And it was very lovely of him to pop in, and he's playing in Cardiff this evening with singer Kerry Ellis. And a lot of you would have gone down to the We Will Rock You show, I guess, in Cardiff Millennium Centre, and playing this for you, and then we'll have a little chat with Brian May. We Will Rock You by Queen, and rock legend Brian May is in Wales once again. It's at Cardiff St David's Hall tonight, together with singer Kerry Ellis, for a unique event called Anthems Tour. And it's a mix of songs from We Will Rock You, Wicked and Chess. And I spoke to Brian and Kerry just before the show and began by asking Kerry, how do they get together?
Well, we are here at the Anthems Tour, and we released my first album, which was produced by Brian back in September, which is called Anthems. And we're now playing it live around the country.
So what does the live show entail? What have you got kind of planned for people?
Well, it's basically the entire album completely live, and there's a few Queen tracks in there as well, and there's a few little surprises, and it's just a real rounded evening, and there's something for everybody, and it's just really great fun, and we're having a ball doing it, so hopefully people are having fun too.
Live band on tour with you as well?
Yeah, we've got a great band, which also includes Rufus Taylor, who's Roger's son, which is a bonus for us, but he is absolutely incredible. And we've got a rockin' band as well with us. It's great.
And because I know you're kind of from the West End background, any singing and dancing combined going on?
Yeah, there's a little bit of bopping around. And we've got some great backing vocalists that help me as well, churn out the tunes. So, yeah, we're having a good laugh.
Kerry does the dancing, really.
I do jump around a lot.
She don't need to, because she sings.
Good to clarify that, isn't it?
Yeah, she earns her keep singing.
Brian, when did you first come across kind of Kerry's voice? And you're obviously a fan to have produced the album and bring this collaboration together.
Yeah, it was in We Will Rock You. It's the very beginning of We Will Rock You, our rock musical, which we started in London 9 years ago, almost exactly. And Kerry created the role of Meat, who's the big rock chick with the heart of gold. And she just did something so unusual and difficult to follow, you have to say. I realised that there was something very special there, and that's when we started working together. It was a gradual thing, and really all through those last years we've been looking towards making this album, and then finally over the last couple of years we zeroed in, because we managed to get Kerry a proper record deal, so that's kind of an incentive, then you're on the way, really. And Kerry made the giant step of not doing any more musical theatre for a while.
Very scary step.
Difficult, So she's out on the road, and she's a rock chick, and it's amazing.
So you are a rock chick at heart as well, then, Kerry? What?
I think I always have been, really. I've been lucky to do some great West End shows and tours, and but I think always in the back of my mind, I always wanted to, break free and be myself and release an album and tour with it. So, this is a dream come true for me, really.
Do you indulge the creative outlet in terms of writing as well?
I haven't yet. I mean, this was something very new for me to even be involved in doing a first album. But hopefully, I've learnt so much on this tour and in the first album of the recording of it. Hopefully, the next one, I'll be able to dabble a bit more in the creativity side of it.
So on the Anthems Tour, there's a few We Will Rock You tracks. What else is in?
There's a few Queen tracks.
Yeah.
What else is in the lineup?
Well, as I say, the whole album, it's very unusual. I don't think I've ever done it in my whole career, actually put a whole album on stage. And every track from the Anthems album is on there. And they all work on stage, which is rare. Sometimes things that work on albums don't work that well live, but everything does. We have a fantastic band, I have to say. And it's very heavy, but it's also quite kind of orchestral backdrop. It's a different sort of area that we've got ourselves into, which was necessary because of this extraordinary voice that Kerry has and the extraordinary abilities she has to put songs in a different place. It's different.
Well, Brian, you're returning to Cardiff. You were here fairly recently, a cameo at the Wales Millennium Centre for the closing performance of We Will Rock You, and also fairly active with the Welsh Assembly recently. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I've been campaigning to try and save your badgers, really, and our badgers, because of an impression which I regard as mistaken, that badgers are responsible for certain problems in the farming industry. It's something that I've taken very much to heart, along with trying to protect other wildlife. And I think there's a grave danger that our grandchildren will grow up in a world where there isn't any wildlife, because it's all been got rid of because it was regarded as a pest.
Am I right in thinking you've adopted a family of hedgehogs as well recently?
Well, we adopt a lot of animals.
Right.
We have a wildlife rescue centre down in Surrey. Yeah.
Right.
We don't actually have them as pets, of course. We rescue them and give them what medical attention they need. A lot of them are orphaned, and then release them back into the wild. It's called a soft release program, and basically they're taken care of as long as they need it, and then they're back in the wild where they should be. That's where they ought to be.
Well, if I may remind you of another visit to Cardiff a long time ago, we sometimes do this musical map where we look at gigs that happened a long time ago in Wales. And there's one in particular that people are very fond of remembering. In Cardiff Castle, 10th of September 1976, Queen played. Do you remember the gig?
So well prepared, Bethan. I had no idea. Yeah, I remember it very well. Yeah,
what
fantastic gig. Yeah.
What are the kind of abiding memories? Because there's one thing, I've got the little report from the Cardiff Echo here, and there's one thing about it. I think it just says, it didn't just rain, not in the ordinary way of rain, it drizzled a bit, but mostly it absolutely poured down.
Yeah.
Typical Welsh gig for you.
Did do a bit of that, but it was a very noisy crowd. That's what I remember. They were fantastic. It didn't dampen anybody's enthusiasm. And it certainly didn't dampen ours. We're out there, It is a little strange being guitar hero in the pouring rain. But, it's an experience to treasure.
Was it totally open air? There was no kind of shielding?
There's cover on the back of the stage, but normally we're working at the front, and we're working on catwalks and things, so we got pretty wet. That's okay.
Well, in the safety of St David's Hall tonight, aren't you both?
Yeah.
Thank you both for coming in, and it's lovely to have you on the show, and I just wish you all the best for the Anthems Tour. Sounds like a really exciting project, and look forward to playing some tracks on the show. So Brian May and Kerry Ellis, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bethan.
Thank you.